Hello again, everyone. My name is Anthony Wilson. Welcome back to Magic Talk. Today we're going to continue discussing some more spoilers from Scars of Mirrodin. But the first thing we're going to cover is two reprints here. We have Arrest and Shatter. Arrest is really good right now. I think this is a great time to bring this card back. We've got a lot of amazing cards with some really good activated abilities. We got Fauna Shamans, all the Mer dudes. I don't know about you, but I would really like to shut down Skip the Rex or Gath if they were ever coming to play on the other side of the table. So great time, I believe, to bring this back. A lot of great cards that we would like to shut down or keep from attacking us, especially with Infect being popular too. So if your creatures can't attack and have no activated abilities, I guess this serves as like a double purpose here, multi-purpose card. Shatter, obviously, going into an artifact set, Shatter is a really good card to have. I guess we're going to get it with some good crazy new artwork or something, I don't know. Some other cards, though, I hope they reprint that we could definitely see in this set are Atog. I think would be one that goes good in this set. It was in the last set. Wonder if they'll bring that back. That and a Null. A Null was pretty good last time. Hopefully it'll be in this set again. So two cards that I hope to see come back. The first two cards we're going to talk about in the spoiler today is Zori, Renegade Leader. 2 green and 1, legendary elf creature. Legendary creature, Elf Warrior. Pay 1 green, regenerate another target elf. 3 green and 2. Elf creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample till end of turn. He's a 2/2. Now I think they carefully worded this card to keep him from being too good. His first ability says pay 1 green, regenerate another target elf, which means he can't regenerate himself, and because he's legendary, you can't have 2 of these on the board at the same time, so they can't regenerate each other. So, I think this is just what elves needed to be really good, because you can always pump out a lot of dudes really fast and produce a lot of mana, but then you have nothing to do with that mana. You have nothing to play, and you can't really do much because all your dudes are tiny. So the ability to overrun with your elf dudes and swing back is pretty good. So I think this is just what elves needed to become a top-tier deck. So you can definitely expect to be seeing some elf decks across the table from you at some tournaments. Over here we have Mer Propagators. 3 mana, he's a 1/1, artifact creature Mer. Pay 3 and tap him. Put a token that is a copy of Mer Propagators onto the battlefield. Now, the copies take form of anything that alters the power and toughness of the original card. For instance, if you have, let's say, Darksteel Axe equipped to this guy, he gets +2/+0. When you create the copy of Mer Propagators, it comes in as a 3/1 instead of a 1/1. So it takes the power and toughness pumps if it has any. So this card seems really good. Also, for its ability, we have cards like Training Grounds in Standard right now, which will lower the ability. We also have Mer Reservoir. It taps to produce 2 mana to play and use the activated abilities of Mer. So probably pretty good. The Mer deck, I can see definitely playing a couple copies of this guy. It seems like a good idea if you can constantly pump out more Mer creatures. So definitely plan on seeing more of that guy. Golem's Heart we have here. Seems pretty good. All the other colors got their artifacts for gaining life, so I guess it's only fair that artifacts get theirs for gaining life too. So no surprise there. Over here we have Spike Shot Elders. Now at first glance this guy doesn't look like much, but I come up with a couple ideas to make him good. He's a 1/1 for 1 red. You pay 2 red and 1. Spike Shot Elders deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Now, I know some of you guys might think, okay, well, you just find a way to pump him up, or Darksteel Axe to give him a small bonus. I'm thinking a little bigger than that. The big idea I came up with this guy was Adventuring Gear. Turn 1, you drop this guy into play. Turn 2, play Adventuring Gear, equip him. Turn 3, drop a fetch land. Fetch. He's now a 5/5. You can swing with him, then pay the 2 red and 1 to do 5 more damage to your opponent. That's 10 damage on turn 3 with those 2 cards. So definitely a lot of potential in this card. I plan on picking up a set of these for my deck. And he's a Goblin Shaman. So he also gets bonuses from Goblin Chieftain, and you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with him. So I plan on playing this guy in my red decks. Seems really good. Now we're going to talk about 2 really, really crazy cards. First one, Carniflex Demon. This guy right here. 2 black and 4. He's a 6/6 creature demon. Flying. Carniflex Demon enters the battlefield with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. Pay 1 black, remove a -1/-1 counter from Carniflex Demon. Put a -1/-1 counter on each other creature. So a lot of little things with this guy. First of all, he's a demon, so he has, like, he can't get past the Baneslayer Angels. And he only comes in as a 4/4. But his ability makes up for all that. First of all, his ability doesn't target. It puts a -1/-1 counter on each other creature. That's all creatures in play, including yours. So it will give the Baneslayer Angel a -1/-1 counter, making it smaller. On top of that, could you imagine if you have two of these guys going at once? Pay 1 black, remove the counter from this one to give everything else -1, -1. Then move to the next one, pay 1 black, remove a counter from it, and you can just wipe the board. So for 1 black mana, you can keep, you know, if it's obviously you can produce 6 mana. So being able to put 6 -1/-1 counters on all the other creatures on the board means that this guy is probably the only guy that's going to be in play later. Definitely very powerful card right there. If you're going for mono black control. Definitely think you should be running these guys, and definitely really, really good. Over here is another card that's completely insane. Semblance Anvil. It's 3 mana artifact, imprint. When Semblance Anvil enters the battlefield, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells that you cast that share the same card type with the exiled card cost 2 less. There's so many things you can do with this. I've already had people say you imprint a Planeswalker. Now all your Planeswalkers cost 2 less. Can you imagine, like, Koth only costs 2 red, or the new Venser only cost a blue, a white, and 1. Like, pretty insane. The ideas I've had are artifact creatures. Now all creatures you cast cost 2 less. All artifacts you cast cost 2 less. You could drop Myr into play for no mana. Drop right here Golem's Heart into play for 0 mana. Myr Propagators only cost 1. Like, just to name a couple cards, you know, Ratchet Bomb. You can just drop it into play for nothing. So definitely some crazy stuff you can do with this Anvil. Definitely. Just imagine, like, if every card you can imagine cost 2 less, how good it would be. So definitely some potential there with that. The problem I see with this card is because it's an artifact in a set full of artifacts, a lot of people are going to be running Artifact Hate somewhere in their deck, either main deck or sideboard. So if somebody's playing against this, they're probably not going to let it sit on the board for very long. So if they destroy this, if they shatter it, they just 2-for-1 you. Don't know if it's worth it or not, but maybe if you could find a way to protect it, I don't know. If you can do something. I've already heard the idea of putting blue cards on here, blue instances, and running counter spells and stuff like that. You know, if Mana Leak only costs 1 blue, it seems really good to me. So I don't know. Maybe you could find a way to make this pretty good. The last card we're going to talk about is right here, Glimmerpost. It's a land locust. It's common. When Glimmerpost enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each other locust on the battlefield, and it taps to produce 1 mana. So this is finally the second time we've seen locust lands. The first time around was Cloudpost in the first Mirrodin block, the first time around, and it tapped to produce 1 mana for each locust on the field. So now we finally have another locust. It's a common land, and you gain life for each other locust on the field. So I guess it'll pop up in some older decks when it can come into play. I don't really see it doing much in standard, but it's definitely pretty cool to see another locust land finally coming in. So that's all I have for today. Be working on. There's some more spoilers here I didn't cover due to time, but we'll definitely get to them in the next video. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this one, and thanks for watching.